Hi, everyone. My name is Joseph Barney. I am the Strategic Account Manager for Classic Vacations in Greater Los Angeles and the Bay Area. We're joining you today for what we call our SoCal Spotlight, where my colleague Colter and I interview one of our wonderful preferred partners. Today, we are joined by Sandy, who is the Director of Sales and Marketing for the Ritz-Carlton Residences in Waikiki Beach. But before we get to Sandy, I just want to introduce my colleague Colter here really quick.
Hey, y'all. Good to be with you today. My name is Colter Fleming. I am your strategic account manager based in Orange County for Classic Vacations. I handle really San Diego, Orange County, out to the desert, as well as Arizona and Alaska. So yeah, looking forward to this chat. Thank you so much for joining us, Sandy.
Thank you.
And yeah, we're going to have a lot of fun today.
Thanks, Colter. So I'm really excited to have Sandy with us today because I have stayed near your property several times over the years, and I'm always walking down Kushio and passing the Ritz-Carlton Residences, and I'm always like, wow, that place looks so cool. That's where I want to stay next time. So I'm really actually excited to have you here today and get to see a glimpse of the hotel on the inside, which you're actually there right now in one of the rooms. So why don't you take it away for us, Sandy?
Thank you so much, Joseph. Thanks, Colter. Aloha, everyone. Yes, I am actually here in one of our rooms. This is not a fake background, so you can see when I move my camera, it actually moves with me. This is one of my favorite rooms. It's actually our 3-bedroom premiere. Each bedroom has its own corresponding bathroom. It feels like home. So as much as I can make it in my office, that's what I'll do, and that's why I'm here. And so I'll share a little bit about my property with you, and then I'll share a little bit about my life as well. So let me share my screen real quick. Here we go. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay. And that as
Perfect.
well in presentation mode? Okay.
Yeah.
So this is actually a shot of our family pool. And it is one of our 2 highest infinity pools in Waikiki, and you'll learn a little bit more about that later. But I'll go over to the next slide, which is of me and my family. So just wanted to introduce myself first. Born and raised here in Hawaii, lived here my whole life. I have been extremely fortunate to be able to have my entire career here in Waikiki. Everything just kind of fell into place. So we can talk a little bit about about that later, but just wanted to share a few different sides of me. There's a professional side on the left-hand side of the page. I'm a little bit adventurous. You can see me zip lining there in the North Shore. And of course you have to get creative with the zip line. I'm a puppy mama. So these are my firstborn puppies, my Makai on the right side and Nalu on the left side. Makai means toward the ocean, and Nalu means wave. The ocean is very important to me. I used to be a lifeguard, so my puppies had to be named after the ocean. And on the right-hand side, you can see my family there of 2 kids. Maya on the left, she's 5, and Roman on the right, he's 8, and there's my husband. He's also from Hawaii. And, you know, I have a lot of fun with them. I find travel and experiences with my children to be so much more enriching and joyful. So I love to just share that with them. I've included my Instagram and my Facebook. I'll tell you, you'll get a lot of outdoor shots, but mostly kid pictures. So if you want to see pictures of mostly my daughter, she's the ham in the family, then you can go ahead and follow me on those 2 channels.
They're so cute.
Thank you. I think so too. But let me tell you a little bit about my property. So I've been here about a couple years now. Actually, just made 2 years. The resort was completed in October 2018, but the first tower was built in 2016. So Joseph, as you passed by, I'm sure you saw the progress in these 2 towers being built. It's really a beautiful building. It is on Kuhio Avenue, so not directly on the beach. It's about a 10-minute walk from the beach. And the decor of the property matches the location. It's a very modern location, very secure. There's not a lot of people walking in and out, so it feels exclusive, but very easy to get to the beach. And we work with the beach surf stand there on the beach to provide umbrellas and chairs. And actually the surf stand there is owned by my cousin. So I can tell you that they're good people.
No
They
way.
do a great job. Yes, we're all cousins here. We are also located at the beginning of Waikiki, so you don't have to worry about any of the traffic coming in and out. It's just so easy, so seamless. And so I'd have to say, if you come to stay here, it really is an experience where you can just let go and relax. And that's one of the things I just love the most about our property, is being able to relax and connect with our ladies and gentlemen, because that's what we find joy in, is sharing our lives and welcoming all of our guests here. So here's a view going into our resort. Yes, it's beautiful. So I'll have to tell you, when you come in, when you first drive up, the entrance to the Port Cochere is not, it's not an obvious entrance. It's kind of a small little, I don't want to say small driveway, but it's not as grand as you would expect going in until you drive all the way into the driveway, and then it opens up to this beautiful Port Cochere. I love the decor because it considers the location. So if you're facing the ocean, so Makai, you can see that blue tiling in that image. That's reflective, of course, of the ocean. And you'll see the same thing reflected on the exterior of the building because it's kind of wavy. So it's like the ocean waves. And on the Mauka side, or the mountain side, the exterior of the building is kind of jagged, almost like reflective of the mountains. And you see a lot of foliage in the background to signify the forest and the mountains as well. So everything is really created with intent. When our guests get here, they of course receive a flower lei. Of course, we're going to change that up a little bit with everything, you know, the new procedures, but we will still offer a flower lei to our guests because we just think that's an experience that everybody wants when they come to Hawaii. At that point, our guests are escorted up to our 8th floor lobby. And you can see we have 2 lobbies because we have 2 towers, but all of our guests go to the lobby on the right-hand side, and that is our Eva Tower lobby. That's where everyone is welcomed with a welcome drink, with some local rum that can be added to the drink if you'd like. Kids have little toys, their own little cup, necklaces. So we really make sure that every age group is treated with the care and personalization that they look for. The lobby on the left-hand side is our Diamond Head Tower. And so we may actually, moving forward, utilize both towers depending on capacity, just to make sure we're distancing enough, but we do have those 2 options. That is a tower that was built in 2018. And you can see both towers have elements of gold and leather incorporated, and the inspiration was in Hermes bag. Very luxurious.
Oh my gosh.
So this is the exterior of our building, and this is what I was talking about. You can see the waviness of the Makai side, the ocean facing side. So Eva Tower is on the left-hand side, Diamond Head Tower is on the right-hand side. It's purely directional. Eva is on the west side of the island, Diamond Head is going more southeast. We have 3 levels, deluxe, grand, and premier. Of course, those signify the levels going up higher. But all of our rooms are ocean view. So full ocean views, you really don't miss it being off of the beach. You still get to enjoy the ocean, but have this really tranquil spot here on Kuhio Avenue.
Our resort offers 4 guest
Oh my gosh. Oh, I started speaking here. I forgot to take it off.
Tell us about it.
I'm not talking right now. I'm just talking. So we have guest rooms and we have suites. So our suites range from 1 to 4 bedrooms, but our guest rooms, you could see 4 different guest room types. Each of our rooms have kitchenettes or kitchens. So in our guest rooms, each of our guest rooms have kitchenettes. They have washer dryer. They have full lanai. It's like a home. And actually, the way our hotel is formatted, we are individual homes because we're residences. These units are actually owned by owners, and they rent their homes out to the rental program. So we're a hotel, but we have all the conveniences of your home. And especially now, people just want to come to Hawaii and feel at home and feel relaxed. Perfect location to do that. This is a view of some of our suites. So you can see in the top right-hand corner, this is a 3-bedroom, the one that I'm in. We have our 2-bedroom suite, our grand ocean view on the left side. The 1-bedroom suite is on the bottom left-hand corner, and the bottom right-hand corner is our 4-bedroom suite.
Wow.
We have only one of those, and it's a favorite. It's booked out pretty often. Now, the wonderful thing about our suites, in addition to having full kitchens, is each bedroom has its own bathroom. So you
Oh,
can
nice.
travel with friends and family and not run into each other. It's so convenient, and it's refreshing to have a space where you're not feeling crammed into each other. We also have multiple restaurant options. Again, talking again. Multiple restaurant options on property. Our most famous restaurant is called Sushi Show, and I just popped up a picture there so you can see what the interior looks like. Isn't that beautiful? It's so gorgeous.
Wow.
This restaurant is run by Chef Keiji Nakazawa. He's a famous master sushi chef from Japan, and he decided to retire here in Hawaii. So he's made our resort his home. He currently, there's 10 seats here, but he now only takes 6 seats at a time.
Mhm.
And this books up months in advance. So if you're looking at planning a trip, you want to book it probably around this experience. He determines what the menu is, and you eat it, and trust me, you'll enjoy it. We also have Dean and DeLuca here on property. So it's 2 floors. The bottom is there are pastries, it's a coffee shop, and the top is a wine lounge. And this is one of my favorite places for brunch. I come here to eat with my family when I'm not working. Love Dean and DeLuca. And actually the chef went to the same high school as me.
Oh my
It's
gosh.
an island. I know. It's an island. But he's also a diver, so he'll dive for fish and bring it back to Dean and DeLuca. And so you'll see fresh fish there. It's amazing. We also have a location on our family pool called Chiora. It's a poolside Italian, freshly made pasta. It's a real favorite of both locals and visitors. And we have live music that plays there nightly as well. La Vie is our French restaurant on property, and it's not a traditional French restaurant. It's French inspired. So it'll incorporate fusions of Hawaiian influences, maybe from French Polynesia, Asia. But these restaurants, Chiora and La Vie, they're all indoor-outdoor spaces. So very spacious. You get to see the view of the ocean. And, I've been there when it was raining, pouring rain, and none of it came inside. So just a little fun fact, even if it's raining, it's still beautiful and lovely to eat. I put some donuts here because we actually have a grocery store attached to our resort. Because we have the kitchens and kitchenettes, you can go down to Island Country Markets and go ahead and pick up some groceries, pantry items. There's ice cream. There's so much there that you can use for your own personal home here in Hawaii. And then, of course, we have our lounge where we have some amazing cocktails that is open all day. So even if our restaurant is not available, you have that available to you as well. I just wanted to share some of the amenities here on property. So we have a family pool up here at the top and an adult pool on the bottom. So you can see the adult pool is about 1/3 of the size of the family pool. It's very cozy, very intimate, and really sexy. Like I said, we have 2 of the highest infinity pools. The adult pool has recessed cabanas. The family pool, the cabanas are a little bit more outward, and they're able to be expanded into double cabanas, so perfect for families. We have a little bridge there. The kids like to run across, not too fast. And we also have a little slide on the side, outdoor showers. You can see on the top left-hand corner, that's part of the welcome experience of the welcome drinks in the lounge. The gentleman on the right, that's actually our sales coordinator, Josh. Good-looking guy, so we use him as a model as well. On the right-hand side, you have this ice cream cart. This is what we call low tide. So low tide is part of our resort cultural experience. As I mentioned earlier, our resort is definitely more modern. It's not a traditional Hawaiian resort. It's a place where we like to share a local lifestyle. And one of the ways that we share it is through food. We love to eat. And through Low Tide, we share locally flavored ice creams that are created from a local company. One of my favorites is ube. It's a sweet potato ice cream. I know this sounds odd, but it's something that I grew up with and is very prominent in Filipino cuisine, Filipino desserts. I'm half Filipino, and so I had it a lot growing up. But that's how our culture is. We're a fusion of so many different cultures. We have our fitness center, our gym, that was designed by Harley Pasternak. He came to prominence again because of Jessica Simpson. She looks great. So he's been in the news a lot with her transformation. And all the way over on the bottom left hand side, that's our spa. We're looking to open our spa again later on this year. And we have Hawaiian treatments that were personalized for our property. It's a way for us to incorporate the elements of the rainforest behind our hotel up in the mountains, along with the modern experiences of the spa. So it's a really amazing experience. We also have meeting rooms and venues, and this venue space in particular is indoor outdoor. So I just do want to mention that. I know most of our travelers are leisure travelers, but if you do have families that maybe haven't had the opportunity of a reunion, this is a really beautiful spot where they don't have to feel like they're in a meeting space. They're coming together for dinner, it's exclusive, it's away from everyone else, and you open those doors and you still have a view of the ocean and the ocean view. So I have one more slide that it's a short video, and I just wanted to show it because I think it really is indicative of the experience that our guests get here when they come to the resort. I'll just share that with you. And that is my property. I absolutely love it. I think
Wow.
we really balance luxury with the warmth of our culture, and absolutely a pleasure to be here with you today. So we can move on to the personal side. Thank you.
Yeah, sign me up. I'm ready to go.
Yeah, me too. I'm dying to go back to Hawaii.
Can't wait to have you.
Well, great. Sandy, do any of as we jump into sort of part two here, does any of what we're going to be talking about, will you have visuals to go with that as well?
I do for most of them.
Okay.
If we have any other questions, then I'll just speak through it.
Okay, got it. Okay, guys, so we're going to get into sort of part two where we get to know Sandy a little bit about her and some of her, favorite hot spots amongst her property and destination here, as well as just sort of get to know a little bit more about her career. So we'll play a little bit of 20 questions, I guess. We've got, maybe 5 or 10, we'll say, but we've got some table topics here. I'm just going to kick us off. I think I've seen some things in your presentation that can probably already speak to this, but do you have like a go-to favorite, bar or restaurant or coffee shop or smoothie spot?
I do.
What's your order when you get there too?
Okay, so I included, see this bottom left-hand corner? I included this acai bowl from the Health Bar. It's actually on the other side of Waikiki, kind of going up toward Diamond Head. And it's this little hole in the wall. It's not very popular on, travel websites, but locally it's very popular because their bowls include not only the acai, but also includes this thing called pa'iai. And pa'iai is, have you heard of poi? When you come here, it's made out of ground up taro.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so poi is ground up taro, and it's bland. It's gray and it's bland, and most people, if you weren't raised with it, do not like it at all. I always tell everybody, if you want to try poi, eat it with something salty. Eat it with kalua pig that's very salty, or salty fish. Then it'll maybe be a little more palatable. But I love poi. I was raised on poi, and so I can eat it all day. Pa'iai is a version of poi that has less water, so you could scoop it. So there's pa'iai on the acai bowl. I would have never thought to pair it with something like that because I always say salty with poi, but it adds a texture to it. It makes it, if you mix it inside of the acai bowl, I think it thickens the smoothie, and it's one of my favorite spots to go to. They only accept cash, and it's like I said, it's a fun local spot. So if you're ever going up toward Diamond Head, instead of going to the ocean side, you just go toward the mountainside. It's called the Health Bar or the Cove.
That sounds like
Names.
my kind of place right there. I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really good. My other spot to go to near the hotel is called Zigu. Sits on the right hand side. That picture there on the right hand side. That's a kale udon. I know that doesn't sound very appealing to
Mhm.
most
I think that sounds
people.
awesome.
Okay, thank you. But I tell most people, oh yeah, have the kale noodles. Like, I don't want kale
Yum.
Yeah.
noodles. It is so good. I don't know what sauce they put on it, but just maybe it's some kind of dashi or something that they put on the noodles. It's so it's refreshing but flavorful. It has just the right of salt in it. And they also incorporate local items with their menu. So it's a Japanese restaurant, but you'll have like pork belly, and the pork is here from the islands, and it melts in your mouth. They have a lot of options for vegan or vegetarians, in addition to meat lovers. So I really love going there. Again, it's another little hole in the wall. It's off a side street off of Kukio. You can walk right past it, but it's one of the places that we recommend here at the resort pretty often.
Okay.
Oh, those both sound like really, really good options. I'm definitely going to both of those places when I'm there next.
Definitely. I'm happy to make so many recommendations here in Waikiki and outside. We just love to eat.
There's so much good food there, and everything's so fresh. I love it. I love Hawaii so much.
Thank you.
So
I think,
what are?
Mhm.
Oh, go ahead, Sandy.
No, I was going to say that, recently, especially in the past maybe 10 years, there's really been a change in our culinary offerings here locally. Before, local style, we love to eat lots of fried foods. So it was a lot of L&L and stuff like that. But recently, we've had our local chefs go study abroad and bring back the things that they've learned. So we have so many more options with fresh ingredients, with innovative techniques that you could really spend your whole time here just eating your way through Hawaii.
Yeah. I love the charcoal pancakes dipped with salt. I go there every single time I'm in Waikiki.
Isn't that crazy how good it tastes?
Yes, I love those. And that's nice, and that's a nice easy walk from the hotel.
It really is. Hmm.
So what are some of or what is like maybe your go-to scenic spot or hike that is near to the hotel? Obviously Diamond Head's not too far, but is there maybe one that's more off the beaten path?
There is, and it's on the top left-hand corner of the screen right here. That is in Manoa. So Manoa is right behind the hotel. You'd have to drive to get there or take an Uber, but there are several different hikes there that I like to go on. Manoa Falls is one of them, and there's a waterfall at the top of that hike. And so it just depending, what you feel like doing. You have that Manoa Falls hike that's very family friendly. There's a lot of people that like to go there, so you do want to go early. And there's some other offshoots. So this is one of the hikes that I took my kids on. Well, those aren't all my kids and their friends. And it just has beautiful. Yeah, no, they didn't. My family didn't expand all of a sudden. But beautiful views of the valley, and it's very close. And I think it's local enough where you'd be able to get an experience where it's not just like a tourist attraction. It's something that the locals would do. So if you just look up
Nice.
Manoa Valley hikes, then you'll be able
Okay.
to find a few different hikes.
So kind of peeling off of that, and you just mentioned it, um, people think that probably one of the most enriching parts of travel is being immersed in culture. So can you dig a little deeper into that concept of traveling like a local for us?
Yeah. Okay. So let me see. Oh, nope, that's not it. Nope. There we go. Okay. So I did want to share traveling like a local. I'm all for going to the normal spots that you should go to learn about the history of Hawaii. And, you should definitely go to Pearl Harbor. You should definitely go to the Palace and Polynesian Cultural Center, for example. But those are the spots that you typically hit. And then after that, how do you know what the local culture is really like? And there are some spots here that locals like to go to. One is Coco Head, and it's that trail in the top left-hand corner right there. It is going straight up. That is not just that's not just the video or the picture. It's a very difficult hike because it goes straight up like that. But you know, most locals like to go there for exercise, but mostly for the view at the top, because you can see the east side and the south side, and just such a beautiful spot. The reason why I recommended it in traveling like a local is because there's so many local people that go there. And when you're hiking that spot, everybody knows it's difficult. So you get a chance to interact with so many people that are encouraging you along the way, and that you feel like you've built friendships, even though you've just passed each other. You know, you're saying good job, have a great day, in between catching your breath. So it's a really nice spot to connect with others, even if you don't have a chance to sit down and really talk. In the middle there, that huge wave is called Sandy Beach. Obviously, it's not my beach, but I like it because it's named after me. I would not recommend swimming there. I would recommend walking.
Okay.
No thanks.
Yeah, that looks
No.
gnarly.
It is. It's very important to not swim there. Don't even dip your feet in the water, because the waves come really quick. But it's a local spot, totally local spot. The people that are able to surf or boogie board there are skilled. They're really amazing. So I think that would be a great spot to look at locals and hang around, you know, that culture. Top right-hand side is our farmers market. And so that's the farmers market in Ward Shopping Center. So the Kapiolani Community College one that's at the top of Diamond Head, that one's probably the most well attended for visitors here in Waikiki. But if you want to get out to more local spots, there's so many farmers markets around the island. Also in the bottom right-hand corner that's a Mary Monarch picture. So if you're able to find any hula performances from actual hula halau that's not performing for you know, for Waikiki, I think it's really important to see what a true traditional hula looks like. And then of course our food options, Waihola Poi Factory in the bottom left-hand corner was an actual poi factory. It's there along the drive going to the east side. That's really good Hawaiian food, and the line is long, so you want to go early. And Pig and the Lady is a good option for those that are looking for that fusion of modern and local influences.
Wow, those are all awesome options. We need to all go back right now.
Yes.
Well, we'll be able to go very, very soon, because of course Hawaii is about to be opening back up in just a few weeks here. So I know we're all very anxious to get there.
Yes, we can't wait. I'm hoping that, you know, everybody's able to get those tests done before they get here and visit us.
Yeah. Well, we're down to our final minute here, so I want to be able to say goodbye and thank you before we get cut off. You know how Zoom likes to do. So sorry we didn't get a chance to get to all of our questions. We always get talking, and then before you know it, 30 minutes is over. So
I know,
thank you so much, Sandy. It was so nice to have you here today and show your absolutely gorgeous property. You know, and thank you for your partnership. And I know all of our travel advisor friends out there are going to love learning more about the property. So thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you for having me. Take care.
Take care.
You too. Mahalo.
Aloha.
Bye-bye.
Aloha.